Let's not fight. Ah, never mind. Let's fight.
You're so cute when you're confused.
Valuable lesson today. Kicking bad guys in the face is fun.
Neither of us wants this, but it has to happen. I know I'm playing hard to get, but I'm worth it.
Weak in effort? I kinda feel like you don't respect me.
It's your fault it's come to this.
Hey, pay attention! I'm not gonna do this again for your benefit.
Going to all this trouble for little old me. You must really care. Now I'm starting to think you're not really trying.
This one time I found somebody who was a real loser, and they were still better than you. I get it now. You're trying to bore me to death.
Don't look at me like that. Have I mentioned I like to watch?
Can you at least say some fun bad guy things like...
I'm starting to think you're mad at me. You're so cute when you're confused. I hate it when we fight.
Don't feel bad. You're just dying to get your hands on me, aren't you? You naughty boy. Did your mom tell you you could be anything you want? Because she was wrong.
like watching you come into a room, but I like watching you leave even better.
And heave!
I know I'm being fresh, but when you dress like that, what do you expect?
This one time... Your heart wasn't in this, Felicia. Tell me what he did to you.
I was transferred to Ravencroft. The Kingpin came to see me.
Just to be clear, we're talking about Wilson Fisk.
Yes. He said he knew I was after power and...
That's how it always works, isn't it?
The doctors did experiments. They called it DNA crafting or crisscrossing.
Cross-species genetics? You've seen what can happen. Why would you do that to yourself?
Thick. I did it for you, so I'd be like you, so we could be together. But then the Kingpin ordered me to kill you, or die myself. I couldn't. I can't.
Felicia, I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. I'm not interested in your face, just your lips.
I can get you help. Witness protection, a new life safe from the Kingpin. And maybe someday we can get to know each other like normal people.
I don't want to be normal people. Run away with me. We'll go somewhere exotic. With our power, we can live like royalty. Adventure, excitement, romance. And that sounds terrible to you.
No, but I've got responsibilities.
Well, I'm not one of them. Don't worry about me. I've always done fine with a target on my back.
I can't just let you go.
Fisk owns too many cops. If I'm in custody, I'm as good as dead. You can't do that to me any more than I can do it to you. You ever decide you want some fun in your life? Look me up.
Felicia, wait! It all makes sense. Fisk becomes the Kingpin by eliminating all his rivals with his anti-crime task force, and the public thanks him for it. He writes a few big checks and everyone looks the other way. But it's not just the task force. I've been taking his enemies down too. And the one who's been pointing me toward them is Kraven. I can't let him get away with this. I need to know more, inside information on Fisk. And I've got an old friend who can get it. Can't use my webbing for a while. Gotta play it smart. Harry probably knows more about Fisk than anyone. sense. Fisk becomes the kingpin by eliminating all his rivals with his anti-crime task force, and the public thanks him for it. He writes a few big checks and everyone looks the other way. But it's not just the task force. I've been taking his enemies down too. And the one who's been pointing me toward them is Kraven. I can't let him get away with this.
I'd love to know what those
I need to
two
know more
want.
inside information on Fisk. I've got an old friend who can get it. It all makes sense. Fisk becomes the kingpin by eliminating all his rivals with his anti-crime task force, and the public thanks him for it. He writes a few big checks and everyone looks the other way. But it's not just the task force. I've been taking his enemies down too, and the one who's been pointing me toward them is Kraven. I can't let him get away with this. I need to know more inside information on Fisk. I've got an old friend who can get it. Lousy time for my web shooters to stop working. Harry probably knows more about Fisk than anyone. The web shooters aren't working. Harry's been working closely with Fisk. Maybe he's got inside info on him. Oh, sometimes I fantasize about moving to Hawaii, but there'd be nothing to swing from. Fisk's a private guy, but Harry's his partner in the task force. He might know something I can use. If this costume made my butt look big, somebody would tell me, right? Get the feeling there's more to this place than it seems.
The spider! Come quickly!
Hey, pay attention! I'm not gonna do this again for your benefit. Did that hurt? Oh wait, I just remembered. I don't care. Bad guys are improving their tech. I should do the same.
Did it!
It all makes sense. Fisk becomes the kingpin by eliminating all his rivals. His anti-crime task force, and the public thanks him for it. He writes a few big checks and everyone looks the other way. But it's not just the task force. I've been taking his enemies down too. And the one who's been pointing me toward them is Kraven. I can't let him get away with this. I need to know more, inside information on Fisk. I've got an old friend who can get it.
Now that's fun!
Harry probably knows more about Fisk than anyone.
That'll wake you up!
I can't go see Harry like this.
Wow. Everyone knows Fisk is crooked. But you're saying he's actually setting himself up as the top crime boss in New York?
That's what I've been hearing. I'm working with Whitney Chang on a story, and she needs proof. You're closer to Fisk than anyone I know.
Not really. He keeps his business private. But, as an investor, I do have access to the task force's financial records.
Oh.
Okay. One of the addresses you gave me came up. Large payments to a security consultant. Fisk handles all the personnel decisions. He's the one who hired this Kravinoff guy. But he cooked the books, so technically, Oscorp's paying him. He's trying to throw me under the bus.
Join the club.
You okay?
Yeah, it's just... I trusted someone I shouldn't have. And I probably should have seen it, but... after losing my dad and Uncle Ben... I guess I wanted to believe...
You wanted a father figure. I know what that's like. My dad shut me out of his life to focus on saving his own. And all he ended up leaving me was the disease that killed him.
Huh? Is that why Norman started the cross-species experiments?
Yeah. He thought he could give himself the resistance some animals have to conditions like this. But the closest he ever got was the work he did on spiders with your father.
But Dad disappeared. And his work went with him. Harry, I'm sorry. What is it?
It's genetic. Very rare. Degenerative. My father extended his life by spending a fortune while he looked for a cure. I don't have that kind of time.
There's gotta be some hope.
Gene therapy. That's what all my dad's research was about.
Your task force. Their body armor has medical applications. Can it help at all?
It's not a cure, but it can give mobility to people who can't get around on their own. The task force has helped me improve on it, and protect my research from criminals who'd steal it. But it was a mistake to work with Fisk.
He knows you're sick?
He figured it out. And now he's waiting for me to die so he can take Oscorp for himself.